Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Now, Geneva-based watchmaker Franck Muller is known for two things: exquisite details and unconventional styles. Now, this Franck Muller Curvex Cintree reference 2850S6 is beautifully detailed and unconventional, so it's ticking all of the boxes for Franck Muller enthusiasts. Now, with the signature tonneau shape, this watch is approximately 39 millimeters, as we say, between perpendiculars, between the thumbnails placed like this. If you had calipers, that's roughly how it would measure. But the reality is, as a tonneau, it's a bit unconventional. It's about 30 millimeters wide and 44 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, so plan accordingly. It wears well on most wrists. I would say down to about 5 3/4, up to about 7 3/4. That's probably the wrist range for this watch, so plan accordingly. Like I said, tonneau cases, they're kind of their own thing. If you like them, you already know where you stand. And if you're curious, we offer a no questions asked 7-day return policy if you want to try this platinum 2850S6 on firsthand. And believe me, you will. First of all, the feel of platinum on the wrist and in the hand is completely different. The most important thing about this watch is that it wears light on the wrist with a delicacy and an elegance that belongs to a bygone era. Now, the hands are uniquely styled Breguet Foy hybrids. In rose gold, they're gorgeous on a guilloche and lacquered blue dial with a sort of rose lathe turned pattern. Now, you can see the light playing across the dial as I move it. It really doesn't do justice to the billowing waves that radiate out from the center. This is not just a soleil or sunburst. This is far more complex than that. It's almost a series of crests riding in parallel to each other with periodic dimples. Again, if you've seen a classical rose lathe turning, you probably know roughly what to expect, but you can't get the full impression unless you see this watch in person. The play of light is spectacular, and with the gilt-style Arabic numerals blazing around the edges of the dial, it's really quite dramatic. The contrast between the gold and the lacquer and the metal of the subdial is just fantastic. Now, the lacquering on the subdial is far more subtle, so it's more of a slate blue than the exotic, almost sapphire, I would say, of the rest of the dial. So the contrast is excellent, and with a beautiful but narrow inset chapter ring, it really stands out and anchors the dial at its base. There's sort of a north-south axis here that's played up by the tonneau case, anchored by the 6 in the subdial at the bottom of the dial, and the 12, the Genève, and the Franck Muller marquee at the top. From the side, it's a classic tonneau profile, slightly curved to conform to the curvature of the wrist. It actually wears a little bit more comfortably than a conventional round watch for that reason alone. Now, on the back, you can see that this is US1, which we believe to mean it was the first to be imported into the United States of this reference. The time frame, 1993, makes this one of the first Franck Mullers of any kind ever manufactured, certainly one of the first handful brought into the United States. Moreover, the watch is also interesting inside. Now, this is an ETA 2892A2 base. That's the finest grade of ETA 2892 and the most recent revision of the watch as of 1993. It's a fine movement, a tough movement, and Franck Muller decorates it with extensive beveling, polishing, Côte de Genève, and a unique refinement that, as far as I know, only he employs, which is a 95% purity platinum winding rotor. Ensures excellent efficiency given the constraints of a 30 millimeter case. Edge to edge, the tonneau is a little bit narrow. Platinum is the most practical and efficient choice to optimize the winding power of that winding weight so that the full 45-hour power reserve potential of this watch is realized on the wrist. Again, it's just the kind of attention to detail that's elegant in every facet of this watch. From the way the sapphire fits flush with the case to the way the case tapers beautifully to integrate the lugs into the strap. It does have a matching 95% purity platinum original Franck Muller buckle. In case you're wondering, yes, these are a pair. They came this way from the factory. The set is complete. We also have an extensive factory kit with this watch, including original Franck Muller sales papers annotating the original date of delivery, delivered by the Franck Muller factory to an authorized dealer in 1993. This watch is a time capsule and a remarkably complete set. More than that, It's a beautiful rarity. It's an important article of Franck Muller and Geneva horological history, and an outstanding, elegant option. In the modern era, when the three-hand dress watch seems to be making a return, this is the strongest way to get in the game and be part of the comeback. This watch is elegant, unique, it's guaranteed to draw compliments and questions. This isn't a, is that a Rolex type of watch. This is a watch that inspires people to say, gorgeous dial, gorgeous watch. What is that? Where did you buy it? How can I get one? And then you watch their despair when they realize this is a vintage reference, one of a bare handful ever made, and they simply can't. So not just unique, not just exclusive, not just back in style as a simple dress watch. This is an outstanding value. A watch that originally retailed for over $20,000. Check out our website. We're offering it at an outstanding rate for the condition and completeness of its set. This Franck Muller Curvex Cintree 2850 S6 is available from watchyouwant.com. Check it out. Experience this incredible lacquered guilloche dial and high-resolution photography. I'm confident you will decide that this Franck Muller is the watch you want.